No, I've been in politics, and we also give a lot, which sometimes doesn't make us happy. Because giving has to be voluntary. Giving has to be for something which makes you happy, something you believe in. But when it is coerced, when money is literally removed from your pocket against your will, it causes bitterness. As you budget, you have to budget yourself in. Give yourself some money to spoil yourself. The things you wanted to do. Kama ni nyama ulitaka kula. You wanted to go places, entertain, buy birthday present, Valentine, whatever makes you happy. Being completely without money, it's very difficult to be happy. Because you need to meet your basic needs. At the very minimum, some food. If you want to be happy with money, you have to have a relationship. You have to have a concept of enough. You have to have your own psychology of money.
What's enough for you?
You have to decide, what is sufficient for you, because, you get $1 million today, you have plans of spending 3 million. So you are still lacking.
What is your relationship with money? Does money give you happiness or unhappiness? That is my conversation today with the Chief Happiness Officer of the Happiness Society of Kenya, Kiraitu Murungi. Great to see you. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well, Jadiel. Yes. Kuna shida nyingi.
Kuna shida?
Yes.
But we know we are talking about money.
Still pursuing happiness. Yes.
We're talking about money today.
Yes.
And this conversation has always been there.
Yes.
The fear, the love of money is the beginning of what, all these conversations that people have. Ukiona mtu, if you see someone with money, he's probably not as happy. Yeah, it's difficult for a rich man to enter heaven. These conversations that have always been there. But I want to start with, what do you perceive money as when it comes to this conversation of happiness? Is it a tool that gives happiness?
I think before I get directly into that, we all should appreciate that money affects us in very profound ways in our lives. Actually, the centrality of money in every life, cannot be underestimated. Actually, many people say money has now become like oxygen of the society, and some very practical things. Say you're going to pay an electricity bill. How do you pay it without money? You don't be carrying sheep and goods to take to Kenya Power, or how are we going to? Yeah, so it's very practical in our lives. But over time, I think there appears to be some conspiracy, both from where you come from, in your family, in the society, in the church. Money has been vilified. There's been so much negative talk, about it, and people have been conditioned. That's why people are very shy to talk about money, because we start from the premise that money is bad, and it causes unhappiness, it causes suffering, anxiety, and all those things. Indeed, you are mentioning it. The Bible itself, which is the most widely read book,
yes,
condemns money. In the New Testament, you see the book of Luke, saying that the money is the root of all evil. And then go further to Matthew, it says that the rich man, I think it will be easier for a camel to enter the eye of a needle than for a rich man to get into the kingdom of heaven.
Yes.
Even Hindus have the same.
Oh.
That money burns the soul. So the question is, well, then why are we looking for money? If we can't get to heaven, it burns the soul, with the root of all evil. So that's the negative side of it. And the question you are asking, can money buy happiness, is framed from that perspective. That money and happiness, cannot be together.
Yes.
But our own theory, or the theory of happiness, is that money does and can buy happiness if properly used. Indeed, you cannot be happy if you have no food in your stomach. You can't be happy if you have no house. You can't be happy if your children are not going to school. You can't be happy if you're in a hospital and you can't pay the bills. So there's a certain level where money actually becomes the oxygen of happiness. Money becomes very, very important, as a facilitator, of happiness. Yeah, but that is only to a certain point.
Because I want you to know, there's always this more and more people want.
Yeah, the problem is, actually people go through for money so that they can live happier and better lives. So everybody who is going to employment, everybody who is going to business, you're not going to look for money as an end. They are looking for money as a means to happier lives thereafter. But it becomes a trap. Once you get into the search for money, then it becomes endless. The objective is forgotten. Money will never be enough. So you keep looking for more and more and more. The things you want to buy with the money, because you also can never have enough. You buy a nice suit today, you feel very good. Tomorrow you see a better one.
Yeah.
And then you forget you bought another one yesterday. You buy new shoes. So even the things we are buying are endless. And then the TV is there, and the social media, advertising new things, new phones, new watches, new gadgets. And that advert is also, they're putting a lot of pressure on people to spend more and more. And therefore, money will never be enough. And then there are some people who have succeeded and made a lot of money. Even Bill Gates. So you saw him separating with his wife.
Oh, yeah.
Recently.
Yes.
I heard him in an interview saying he really misses his wife. Do you think he's a happy man?
With all the billions.
Even after she is divorced,
yeah,
he still says he's missing her. There was John Rockefeller, who was the oil magnate, the richest man in the US. As he was dying, he was also saying money does not give people happiness. Why? Because you look for money and forget yourself. You look for money and you forget to look for yourself, in the process. So that is the cause of unhappiness.
Yes.
In money. So the whole question is, if you want to be happy with money, you have to have a relationship. You have to have a concept of enough. You have to have your own psychology of money.
What's enough for you?
You have to decide, what is sufficient for you, because, you get $1 million today, you have plans of spending 3 million. So you are still lacking. So even the most successful people you see around, they are leading empty, kind of, they feel stagnated, despite all those things you see.
There's someone who's, I think, $3 billion wealthy, and he was saying when he sits around with those multi-billion dollars guys, he feels like he lacks something when he's in these clubs, golf club, with someone who's worth 16, 20
Precisely.
billion.
It's this idea of social comparisons. You buy a Range Rover today, then you see your friend driving the latest model. You wish you had that one instead of what you have.
You want a 2025 one today.
So you feel dissatisfied. Yeah, so long as there are these social comparisons. So and so has a better house than me. So and so is more beautiful, etc., etc. You're always dissatisfied and unhappy. You're empty inside. There's a void. And I think that is where the problem is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you can tell me about those that don't have money. Yes, money can.
Right.
Money does buy happiness. How about those people with no money? Because there are people living in slums. There are people who would want a better house. There are people who would want to pay fees, Can you find happiness without the money that you require for stability?
There has to be a basic amount. Being completely without money, it's very difficult to be happy. Because you need to meet your basic needs. At the very minimum, some food. Because if you are starving, surely you can't be happy. And you don't even think about other things. They say when the situations are very bad, you regress into the animal kingdom. You just think about food. Animals think about only two things. And you can watch your TV and other things. The lions, the buffaloes, they just look for food first. And then when you get the food, the next thing you look for is sex.
Mating.
Yeah, because it's natural. The species has to continue.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I thought you'd say shelter. Shelter is secondary.
The shelter you can. Yeah.
Okay.
So animals look for those. They don't look for shelter. Yeah. So in very difficult conditions, human beings also
look for the same things.
Come to the same level. Yeah. I think you saw in the newspapers yesterday. Then some lawyers fighting for conjugal rights of prisoners. Yeah. They are not even talking about freedom and such things. Yeah, it is food. Yeah, those are the very basic instinct of human nature, and also driven by biology, because we want the human race to continue.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I was saying, you need the minimum level of cash possible to enable you to get minimum food.
Yeah.
Now, beyond that, the levels of happiness are not defined by the millions or the billions you have. And a lot of rich people here couldn't be unhappy. Yes. You can even be in the State House and be unhappy. Yes.
What is the value of spending in becoming happier? You have all this money. In America, it's all about generosity. It's all about, volunteering and giving and sponsoring people. How does spending relate with happiness?
Okay. Money gives you happiness by giving you freedom. You have your dreams. You want to go to Caribbeans. You want to enjoy a party, wherever. So money facilitates you to do that. It facilitates you to realize your dreams. But there's another way money makes you happy. Even if you're not spending it. Your money in the bank. It buys you sound sleep. Because, there are many surprises in life. So long as you know you have some money somewhere, then you are not anxious. Because when your child gets sick, you can take the child to the hospital. If the food runs out, you can buy the food. It's a kind of insurance. And that reduces the mental stress on you. On the other side, have a bank loan and you are not able to service it. You can't sleep.
Yeah.
You keep turning in the bed. You can even get stress. You can be sick. Just because of the pressure that there is for the finances.
Talk to me about giving now. The part of giving is people believe when you give, you become happier. And that's why you see a lot of wealthy people helping the needy. Is this true from where you sit?
Okay. I think let me take you back a little. It's how can you spend money to give you happiness? I think they say 3-4 things. First, you look at your resource envelope. Could be big, could be small. Then you have to do some planning. You spend money without planning, for sure. There are areas you're going to forget, which will give you some stress. So once you have the budget, see whether it is possible, either to have some form of insurance or keep some money aside for the surprises in life. Because life is uncertain and anything can happen. So just imagine that has happened to you. What would happen? So you keep a little money aside or make sure you have some form of insurance. Then 2, money will never be enough. No amount of money can be enough for anybody. So you have to find a way of multiplying your money. So see whether you can invest part of the money to make more money. And this is endless. Then 3, you are the one who is making the money. Don't forget yourself. Sometimes we pay bills, pay Kenya Power, pay water, garages and whatever. Then the money is finished. So as you budget, you have to budget yourself in. Give yourself some money to spoil yourself. The things you wanted to do. Kama ni nyama ulitaka kula. You wanted to go places, entertain, buy birthday present, Valentine, whatever makes you happy. So, but you have to do that on yourself to make yourself happy. Now, if anything is left after that, that's what you give out.
Anything?
Yeah, you can give out. Even giving gives you happiness. Even the Bible says it is more blessed to give
than to receive.
Yeah, actually, when you give to a cause or something you believe in, that gives you happiness. And it does not have to give you any return. The fact that you can see where your investment has gone. There's a child you are sponsoring, she has got an A in the O levels. You've gone to university. That gives you a lot of internal satisfaction.
Okay.
Or there's somebody without food, for one reason or another, you have helped that person to have food for the day or medicine. That also gives you satisfaction.
Yes.
So it does not only make the other person happy, it also makes you happy.
Yeah.
So you're encouraged to give as a way of making yourself happy.
Now, I've seen this with a lot of women in marriages. My husband gives a lot.
Yes.
I've seen this a lot. When someone has some money, you tend to help everyone in your community. It gets to a point where your wife starts seeing that, we are not doing that well, that you're giving that much.
Right.
What is the danger in that, and how can that be addressed?
no, I'm in politics, and we also give a lot, which sometimes doesn't make us happy. Because giving has to be voluntary. Giving has to be for something which makes you happy, something you believe in. But when it is coerced, when money is literally removed from your pocket against your will, yeah, it causes bitterness in your heart. You wish you hadn't given.
Yes.
Or when you are forced to give and bribe, when you are not really in that mode, when you are, say you are Christian, you have ideas of pure morality, and then you are blocked by corrupt officers to get where you're going, and money is literally coerced from you.
You just have to give.
That kind of giving cannot give you happiness. So the test is whether the giving is from your heart, and whether it is something which you feel good after giving. Yeah, in Kenyan society, there is so much coercion in giving. Somebody has died, we publish on WhatsApp the names of the people who have given.
Yes, and how much?
And how much. Of course, starting with the highest. Yeah. So now, your name appears there, and you are compelled by the circumstances to give, and also the amount that you are going to give. You don't give willingly. You give because you don't want to look bad in the eyes of that group, that society. Yeah, so it's not every giving which gives you happiness. You have to carefully select and set boundaries for the giving which gives you happiness.
All right.
Yeah.
Finally, your message to our viewers today is look for money.
Yeah, my message is money is not bad. Money is not evil. Look for money because money properly used gives you happiness. Yes.
Thanks for tuning into that conversation. WhatsApp the number on your screen if you'd like to get more messages from us. We have this platform where we share the messages, we share our YouTube conversations and also our journal. WhatsApp that number on your screen. We'll be able to get in touch with you and we'll be able to have this conversation on happiness outside this particular platform. Have yourself a lovely rest of your day.